Welcome back to Virtual Strings class. Today, we are going to be talking about different bow strokes, the martelé bow stroke and the détaché bow stroke. The concepts are the same for any of the instruments in our string family, but I will be demonstrating on the cello only today. Cellos, this one's for you. Let's start with a review. We're going to review setting up our perfect bow hand. First, let's get out a pencil. Now that you have your pencil, I want you to hold it in your left hand, making sure the metal part is facing to your right and the pointed part is to your left. Hold it in your left hand and then let your arm flow nice and free, nice and loose, kind of like dead weight on your body. Then we're going to rock it back and forth, kind of like Tarzan in the jungle, swinging on a vine, and there we go. We're nice and landed on our pencil. I want you to make sure that your pencil is between your first knuckle and the end of your finger only. That's about how much should be laying over it. But other than that, it should just be nice and relaxed, all your fingers on top. You can let go with your left hand now and just hold the pencil in your right. Then we're going to check our thumb and make sure that it's bent. See my bent thumb here? And it is behind our middle finger on the pencil. Now that we have that set, we look pretty good, huh? One more thing. We're going to turn our wrists a little bit to the left and check our watch. What time is it? Great. After this, your bow hand should be set. Let's try doing this on our actual bow. I have mine set right here. Great, so we're not going to do the whole flop thing because we don't want to touch this end very much, and we certainly don't want to touch the bow hair. So I'm going to kind of do a mini demonstration on the end of my bow here. I flop my fingers on top. I make sure that my thumb is between the frog and the furl here, and that it's nice and bent. And all of my fingers are on top. They're nice and relaxed, and they're between the first two knuckles, just like we just talked about. After that, we should be all set to play. We have no tension anywhere in our hand. Let's remember that in our class, when we are not playing, we are going to hold on to our bow like so and make sure that we hold it up and down so that we don't create tension by holding it like this, where the weight is on our wrist and our fingers. Let's do some fun bow exercises now. Let's start by tapping each finger 3 times on the bow, just like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If you do this and you have your hands nicely set, then the bow shouldn't move around too much. If you noticed, my pinky wasn't nicely set, so the bow does move. That means my bow isn't balanced. Then I need to redistribute the weight, make sure my thumb's nice and bent, and let's see if I can do it now. Nice. Not too much movement. Not bad. Okay, here's the fun part. Let's pretend our bows are rocket ships and we're blasting into space. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Woo! And we're in space. You should be able to go up and down. Nice. Blast off. Great. And now we're going to do some hills and valleys. We're going on a road trip to see our grandparents, and we have to drive through some hills and valleys, right? So let's go up, and let's go down, and let's go up, and let's go down. Whoa! These hills are making me feel car sick. We should pull over. Okay. Now we're done with our review. If you're struggling with any of these concepts, please email me, and we will find time to make sure that you are comfortable in setting up a beautiful bow hand. We are going to move on to our objective today, which is to learn the martelé and détaché bow strokes. Let's get our instruments out and get them set to our bodies. If you need to review those concepts, see my other videos, which are located on our school webpage under Beginning Strings Resources. I have mine already set over here, so I'm going to go and get it. So I've got my cello. I have it set to my body, and I make sure that my end pin is nice and stable, that my squill is behind my left ear, and it's kind of just touching a little bit right here with the pegs, and that my left hand is resting on the upper bow because we aren't going to be playing any notes today. In the future, you would rest them on the fingerboard here. But today, rest your hand on the upper bow. Then, let's get our bow back out and reset our perfect bow hand. So to review, I'm shaking out any tensions I have in my hand, then I put it on the bow here, making sure my thumb is between the frog and the furl and that it's bent, that my fingers are equidistant apart, that I can tilt it to the left and check my watch, that my pinky is on top here, but it's draped over and not touching the scroll. I mean, the end pin. So, now that I have my beautiful bow hand set, my left hand's on the upper bow, I want to rest my string on the D string. Okay? I want to rest my bow on the D string. And I want to make sure that I don't have any tensions in my hand. I shouldn't feel any tension while I rest it here. You shouldn't be holding it on your cello. And if you are, kind of reset your end pin. Kind of make sure the instrument's set to your body so that this bow is truly just resting on the string. Great. Now let's talk about our two bow strokes, the détaché bow stroke and the martelé bow stroke, which is our objective today. The détaché bow stroke sounds like this. They are smooth and even and connected with no breaks in the sound. I think about moving my arm in a fluid motion across the string and back, kind of like a sewing machine. See how even and smooth that sounds? I'm going to rest my bow in an upright position to alleviate any tension while I talk about the martelé bow stroke. The martelé bow stroke sounds a little like this. Martelé is a French term that means hammered. Each note is a little percussive and has about 3 parts to it: the sharp grab or pinch at the beginning of the sound, the ringing of the sound on the string that we will call the poof, and followed by a quick short release. When I play these, I don't think about putting weight on the string with my hand because that creates tension, and tension is very, very bad. We do not want tension. So don't think about putting weight on the string. I think about how fast I'm moving the string across, the bow across the string. So I have my left hand set on the upper bow. I shake out a little tension in my hand that I feel growing. I put my bow on my string, and I'm going to play some martelé bow strokes. Great. Now let's do 5 détaché bow strokes on D. Ready? Set your hand, upper bow, no tension. Détaché, remembering that détaché is the smooth, connected, even bow stroke that kind of sounds like a sewing machine. Just very fluid, even, no breaks in the sound. 1, 2, ready, play. Great, that sounds awesome. Now, let's do 5 martelé bow strokes on D. Let's reset. Upper bow with our left hand. Then we have no tension here, making sure we're ready to play, and 1, 2, ready, play. Great! Pause the video now, and I want you to practice 3 of each type of stroke for your own homework, and be able to describe to me the détaché bow stroke, the martelé bow stroke, and the difference between the two. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, you can always reach me via email, and I do hope you have a great weekend.